This is a demonstration of the new features and operation of the Lockpick V4. This is for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Mygig radios, all years, all makes and models of the Mygig radio itself. So all those are fully compatible. It's plug and play. When you take it out of your box, you're going to get the module itself. It has two video inputs on it. These can be used for a variety of different purposes, and we'll go through those in a minute. Dip switch plug-in harness is going to come with it. This is a plug-and-play harness. It has factory connectors on it for plugging directly into the radio. And then the connectors that were previously there just plug into the other side of it. It's very, very simple. There's also included in this harness connections for audio and video inputs and outputs. You can plug anything you'd like into this. It'll show on the front screen, play through the sound system. You can also send the pictures from your DVD player, your factory DVD, right on out to headrests, anything like that. Also, there'll be connections in here to power a camera. If you can hook up your own camera to the car, you can put a rear view camera, front camera, side camera, baby camera. It provides all the power and connections for that, so it's very, very simple. Also, you're going to get a USB cable. The box itself is USB upgradable, so as we make changes to the device or make upgrades, you can keep current with those just by reflashing it, and there's software provided for that on the website. Also with your kit, of course, is the instructions that come with it. These are color instructions. They'll go through step-by-step all your different connection strategies that you can use, how to operate it using the steering wheel controls, how to set it up properly in the beginning, just a couple dip switch settings on it, applications, how to connect it to the back of your radio. Again, it's just plug and play. And then, of course, the different options available for how to operate it. And we'll go through those in this video as well. After plugging in your new Mygig Lockpick V4, you're going to have a new addition to your radio. That's going to be the Sat TV mode. This is an extra tab that's going to show up on your on-screen menus, and this is another source that's being added by the Mygig Lockpick. It'll do that to provide menus for operation and different functions you can do with that. I'll go ahead and select the TV mode by touching the screen. I'm going to get a brief indication of updating channels. This is a process that the Mygig Lockpick will do every time you select the TV mode. It'll reset the channels and make sure that we're seeing the proper menus on the side over here. In this particular case, this is a default setting. It's going to come up and show you a rear cam, front cam, baby cam. These are three inputs that you can select depending on what features you have enabled in the Lockpick. If you're not going to install cameras, it's no big deal. You can turn those off, but these are available and functions that you can use. There'll also be other menu pages that show up, and I'll go ahead and move through the next one. You can change options if you don't want to put a rear camera in the car, or you do want to. Either way, you can select it right here. The default is on. So as soon as plugging in the Mygig Lockpick, you're going to have the function for a rear camera enabled. You put the screen, the car in reverse, and the screen will blank, looking for a camera plugged into the unit. If you don't want that to happen, you can turn the function off here. Just touch it. It'll say right now it's on. I can change the option, and now it's off. So either way, I can set it for a rear camera on, rear camera off. You also have a function for automatic front camera. If I select that and turn it on, by default it's going to be off. But if I turn that function on, then every time I slow the car down to below 7 miles per hour, that front camera is going to pop on. It's going to show you right on the front screen. We can demonstrate that a little bit later. Also, another function built into this is override features. An important part of the Mygig Lockpick is its ability to enable address input while in motion. Certainly for the passenger to be able to put in an address while you're driving is very, very beneficial. Also, it will unlock all video functions that are currently blocked in the radio now. So even if you don't have a view video button ever, the Mygig Lockpick will make that appear, and it'll be an addition that you can select at any time. Even if you turned off the auto override functions for the Mygig Lockpick, you can still manually turn them on at any time on demand. So if you're about to put in an address, the screen is blocked, you can double press the power button, just click, click, and it will be unlocked manually at that point in time for as long as you need it to. Double press again, and it turns it back off again. Same thing for video functions. If there's a video function that's blocked, you can press the power button 2 times, click, click, and it will be unlocked. And if you want to again shut that function back off again, power button 2 times, and then the video will go back to being blocked again. Or, like I say, the default setting for this is the automatic override to be on all the time. Then there's no button presses necessary. All functions are completely unlocked at all times. Now we can move on to the next page generated by the Mygig Lockpick. These are additional options. Again, here we can add different features to it. One of them is the Add VES mode. What that does is the Mygig Lockpick can add not just the Sat TV mode, but can also add the VES, which is the rear entertainment mode, the factory rear entertainment mode that's built into this radio, this function that it supports. The VES mode can allow you to have audio and video inputs. These are built right into your harness, so you can plug in whatever you'd like to using an Apple cable for video out. You can plug it into an iPhone, Apple iPod, iPads, you can plug in DVD players, SAT TV, anything that you'd like to, and it can be displayed on the front screen and it'll play through the sound system as well. If you already have a factory VES system, then again the Mygig Lockpick is compatible with that. The default function for this is off. So if you already got a system in your car, you don't have to worry about it. If you want to turn that thing on and enable it, that's a big feature built into the Mygig Lockpick, is this audio and video inputs and outputs. Just go ahead and select it and change it, and it'll turn the VES on. Now you have another mode that will appear on your radio, right here, VES. Moving on to the next menu on the Lockpick screen here, this is going to be labeled Navigation. This is more of a setup function where we're determining what type of radio is in the car, and then the Lockpick modifies its operation for that. So the default setting is Navigation Radio. It's going to show on the screen here that it's set up right now for a nav radio. If your radio is a base model radio, you don't have map functions, you don't have a nav button, you don't have the little tab to touch for navigation or maps, then you just got a standard radio. Then go ahead and change this option to say that it's not a nav radio. And in this particular case, it will modify its function to operate properly for a non-nav radio. But certainly if you do have a navigation radio, make sure that you've got that set for nav radio, and that'll give you all full functioning of address input and such. Finally, on this page, we've got the automatic turn signal function. What this does is it sets up the Lockpick and lets it know that you're going to install side cameras, left and right side cameras, and you want them to activate with the turn signal cameras. So if I touch this function, the default setting is off, but I'll go ahead and turn it on. It's going to update channels because what it did was it changed our choices in the front. So now instead of saying a front cam or baby cam, it's going to show left cam and right cam. So now we can select them manually if we want to, or they're going to turn on automatically whenever we set the turn signals on, left or right. Finally, in this particular vehicle, we're going to have a fourth page that's generated by the Lockpick. That's because this vehicle already had a SAT TV in it, and this function is preserved by the Lockpick. The standard 3 channels that would be available to the SAT TV and for the user are the Nick, Disney, and cartoon channels. Those are going to show in the fourth page of Lockpick menus if you already had a SAT TV in your car. If you don't, then these pages are omitted. You'll have a standard 3-page menu system that you can select from, but it is fully compatible with all factory options. So if you've already got a SAT TV, then again, no problem. Those channels are going to be preserved for you. To begin the demonstration, we're going to start back on the first screen here. This is on the SAT TV mode. You'll notice we have this set up currently for the rear camera, a left camera, or a right camera. These 3 video sources are now connected and enabled using the Lockpick menus. I put the vehicle in reverse. The automatic rear camera is going to turn on. Put it back in park, it shuts off by itself. Or I can touch the screen where it says rear cam, and it's going to go ahead and automatically show me this rear camera. I can see it. I can turn it off using the steering wheel buttons. I can select my left camera. Again, steering wheel buttons, I can turn it off. Select my right cam. Again, just touching the steering wheel buttons shuts it back off again. Demonstrate the actual turn signal function itself. I'll put the right turn signal on. And there's a view from the right side of the car. Put the left camera on. And it shuts off with the turn signals. Very simple, automatic, easy to use, a lot of powerful features. Another interesting part about the Lockpick is it allows you to pick these choices using your steering wheel control. So if I selected the rear camera, I'll see the rear cam. Using my steering wheel controls, I can still switch down, see this video source, see that video source, toggle back and forth between my cameras, or show the rear camera, or just turn it off completely. All using the up and down buttons on your steering wheel and the center button to turn it off. Here's just a quick demonstration of the action in real life. Go ahead and put the car in reverse. Get your backup camera operating. Put the car into drive. Automatically shuts off. Put the left turn signal on. Gonna get a view from the left side of the car. Shuts off by itself when you turn the turn signal off. Right side automatically turns on and shuts off with the turn signal. If there's a camera that turns on automatically and I want to shut it off because I'd like to go back to the radio screen for whatever, so I'll go ahead and activate this turn signal. Suppose I wanted to touch the radio for some reason, I can go ahead and temporarily turn that off. Just touch the steering wheel button. Now it's off until the next cycle. Simple. Okay, with the cameras reconfigured now to be a front camera and an interior baby camera, I'm going to turn off the auto turn function. I'll just set that option to off. That's going to update the channels, and now on our original first page here, it's going to show up as a front cam and a baby cam instead of a left and right cam. So it'll automatically update its own text depending on what options you're going to do. We'll go ahead and demonstrate these functions. I'll go ahead and show we have a front camera. Just touch it and we'll see it. Go ahead and turn that off. Show we have a baby cam in here. And again, with the steering wheel controls, I can switch back and forth between those easily, or show the rear camera at any time. Now we can show how the automatic front camera operates. Just go ahead and bring over to the next screen. We'll enable the auto front. Currently that's off. We'll turn it on. Now the automatic front camera has turned itself on. So that means I put the car in drive. I'm below 7 miles per hour. The screen's going to automatically show the view from that front camera. As I accelerate, it turns itself off automatically. So especially if I'm coming into park, I put the car in reverse, put it in drive, it'll show me the car in front of me, the car in back of me. Really nice for parallel parking. Or for pulling into your garage. All those interesting times when it's nice to see the front of your vehicle. Once the front camera is automatically turned on, I wanted to switch back to the radio view. It's easy, just touch the button on the steering wheel. Boom, back to radio. That'll recycle it again to the next speed, and then slow down option. Very simple, easy to operate. Now, up until now, I've been showing you the rear camera, front camera, baby cam, left-right cam functions within the SAT TV mode, just using the touchscreen. But also the lockpick is fully enabled to allow you to select those cameras in any other mode. So if I switch over here to look at the baby cam, for instance, I can see that. I'll go ahead and turn it off. That now is the default setting. So if I come over here to FM and I'm listening to FM radio stations, all I have to do to enable a camera is push the Uconnect button on the radio 2 times. 1, 2. That's going to turn on whatever our camera was that was selected last. And again, in this case, it was the baby cam. Once the camera is enabled, again, I can use these steering wheel controls to switch between the cameras. Front, baby cam, rear. Very simple. All that's already built into it. Or I can press the Uconnect button 2 times to turn it back off. 2 times to turn it on. Select which camera I would like. Or turn it off with the steering wheel as well. And of course, the Mygig Lockpick is going to unlock the address input features of your navigation radio if you have one. So even if the vehicle is in motion, the screen's fully unlocked for your input or passenger input. Also functions for DVD player, any video function for SAT TV. All those functions are fully unlocked and will be able. Built into your lockpick is the ability to add the VES mode. This is a rear entertainment mode with audio and video inputs and outputs. If your vehicle already has a rear entertainment system built into it, then the lockpick will fully enable that, allowing the DVD player and the aux input jacks to operate unrestricted. If you don't have that, you can select the Add VES mode. It's going to add that tab to your radio. This will be over here. It'll show up as VES. It'll be a rear aux input that is enabled. So whatever's plugged into the RCA jacks that are on the lockpick harness, it's going to give you the audio through the sound system of the car, and also you'll have the video from that as well. Currently we have an iPhone playing video through it. That's coming in those RCA jacks built into the harness. I also have RCA and audio and video outputs that you can send out to headrests. You can select those and send out the DVD player that's playing in the radio, send that out to the headrests. Lots of interesting features and stuff you can do with that. So there's a whole lot of functions built into this one interface, plug and play, ready to go for multiple cameras and audio and video input and output, plus full unlocking of all features, including factory DVD player, factory navigation input, factory satellite TV systems, factory VES systems, all built in, ready to go.